and I am so excited today to talk about Murano Millefiori glass. Now, I've done a video on Murano or Venetian wedding cake beads, and I would highly recommend watching that as well. I also have some other educational videos, but today I want to talk about probably the most popular type of glass beads, which is the Millefiori, which the Murano Venetian makers are very well known for. And with all their other beads, it's very much copied by other countries, cultures, and so I just want to talk about the differences between the Murano beads and also other types that are commonly misidentified. So first, I want to just give just a description what Millefiori beads are, what they look like, how you can tell if they really are Murano. First, Millefiori means 1,000 flowers in Italian, and you can tell here that they use a cane of glass with different decorations, commonly flowers, but they also did more just simple stars like this one, and this is a more modern one. There's actually just like a bullseye, and let's see where, here we go. This one has a little heart. So, you know, through the years they've kind of experimented and done, you know, different little designs here and there. So first off, you can tell looking at these beads, they're very vivid in color, and kind of each section where the cane of glass is, it's very distinct and looks very thoughtful in the placement, which is a key component to identifying these. I'm going to add a picture of kind of a work in progress. One of these beads, it looks more like this, how it's being made, the different stages. So you might already know this if you watched the wedding cake bead video, but each bead is handmade, and it's made on a tube of copper. Whenever they finish the bead, they dissolve it in acid. You know, the tube's gone, the bead's fine. A lot of other type of beads made in India, even Czech, Japanese beads will have a white residue because they're made differently. They do not use copper beads, and they have a releasing agent on the rod that they're using, and they kind of slide off when they cool. So that's another key difference. And the bead holes will be a little bit smaller. Most of the Murano Millefiori glass will be opaque. They'll be, you know, vivid, brighter colors. But this one is an exception. And this is more modern. I haven't really seen vintage ones like this, but these are transparent on the bead base, and then the canes are applied on the outside, and they're very thoughtfully placed. And this is a really unique piece. You don't really find these a whole lot. And if you find a whole strand of Murano would typically be hand knotted like these, and with these gold bead caps. Now this one I actually restrung myself. I made these bead connectors, but the caps are original. So sometimes you will find them like this, but typically they're hand knotted. Just going to let you get a close-up view of these because they are just so beautiful. And I kind of like to take my time to look. Now, I think 2 different makers made these beads, and I kind of created one long necklace. These are very smooth and even. And then when you get to these smaller beads, you can kind of see the, let me get a different one that looked right here. You can kind of see the segments separated a bit. So it just depends on the maker about, you know, how these would look. Probably the most commonly misidentified Murano Millefiori bead is, there's modern Chinese makers. And I only have one example to show, so maybe I'll show some more pictures. But here are just some simple little beads on a sterling chain. Now, after really looking at these other beads, you can tell instantly how different these look. Now, yes, they have flowers, but this glass is really transparent, kind of, I guess, craftsmanship, but these are pretty well, you know, there's no jagged edges, they're all uniform in shape. The bead holes are a good size, but these are Chinese, they are not Murano, but you can still say they're Millefiori because they have the little flower designs. Another one that I see misidentified a lot are the Japanese tombo beads, or tanbo. They're spelled different ways. And tombo means dragonfly. These are all vintage. These are probably made around the 40s, 50s, when Japanese beads were really being pushed, really popular after World War II. They were just being exported like crazy. And you will find these so much in vintage costume jewelry, and people mistake them for Murano. Now you can kind of see these little dots of canes of glass. They look like dragonfly eyes. That's why they're called dragonfly or tombo. More correct term is tombo dama. Dama means bead or ball. So they're very, very cute. I absolutely love Japanese beads. Now, Chinese beads have great beads as well, but I find that it's important that you know the difference and you can appreciate each one on their own. It's fascinating to learn about the differences, you know, and how things were made. And I'm not even going to be able to go over all the history and everything behind these beads. There's just so much info out there. Highly recommend finding books. There are blogs online. I try to credit things in the description and share books that I find. Here are some other examples of the Japanese tombo beads, just different shapes, different sizes. I could do a long video just on Japanese beads. So there we go. Let me push these up and have these here. So yeah, there's the Japanese tambo beads. Other beads like this, they made them in so many different shapes, twists. They made them with different glass, I guess, base colors. They did transparent. They had a beautiful opalescent glass. Just all different kinds. It's just the ones I have here are opaque, kind of a milk glass look. Just beautiful. Now, another country that made Millefiori beads was India. Actually, they still do. Started making more beads in the 80s. It's when they started to really export them. You can see here, a dead giveaway is the white residue. And the bead holes are normally larger with beads from India. And they kind of have a transparent look to the canes that they use to apply, similar to the Chinese beads. And then the base is this swirled, like slag glass look. And I'll show more because this is all I had with me to show, but I'll show more examples. These are also pretty commonly misidentified as well as Murano. I love learning about glass beads and just sharing the knowledge that I've acquired. If you haven't, I have other videos on different glass bead types. Like I said in the beginning, I have a wedding cake bead video. I also have an iris glass video, and I have several others, kind of how-to videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful to you. Please like this video and leave a comment if you would like. You can also hit the notification bell. It will send you a notification on your phone whenever I upload a video, so you don't miss anything. And that will be all today, and I will see you guys later.